Okay, on to the next project. I have here another card. Pretty much I took a rectangular, pasted on here, and another rectangular and pasted on here. Once I finished trimming, pasting on here, I trimmed it to size, so that's the reason why all the corners are straight and nothing is crooked or just hanging off. Okay, so once that's done, I went in and I started blending in some of the cuts that I have here. So if you're wondering how where I got these cuts from, these are from pre-existing die sets that I have. So you have here the basket die cut, which is this one, and this came from the August large die spellbinder die set or monthly subscription. So this one, and then we have, let me go through my stash. So these yellow orangey flowers that you're seeing here, they are from this kit. And then you have the remaining ones like these right here. These are all from the same die set, which is this combo right here. They all came together. And then if you're wondering where the leaves came from, I bought it from another die set, a bunch of leaves. I kind of use them for the fall and stuff like that. And then the flower centers, which are these right here. And before, it used to be impossible for me to cut this using the Cricut cutter, but now I have these dies right here that I can go ahead and cut this center, no problem. These are here. Okay. So there you have it. I usually, when I plan on making a lot of card contents and things like that, I usually cut a lot. And usually during the holiday time, that's what I usually do, because then it allows me to cut multiple dies at the same time. And then when I make my cards, it's just about me sitting there and creating the foundation or the background, and then the stuff that goes on top of the background, versus having to cut and then create and cut and create. It's way too much work. So yeah, that's how we cut around here, because it makes a lot easier for me. Sometimes I use this as a blending tool for finer dies, but I reach for this a lot because it's much faster. And yes, this blends just like how you would do makeup. And this brush is amazing for blending because it just works so fast and so even, as you can see. Okay. Since these are Halloween cards these are pretty Halloween cards, right? So we want to make it pretty. And so I have these dies here that I can use. These are the black flowers, so they can go on top. I don't know how I'm gonna gradient a black flower, but I will try. Maybe I'll put this in the center. Yeah. Oh, maybe that's what I'll do. I'll alternate black, purple, black, and then purple. Yeah. And then what I'll do is I will blend black into the purple. So let's do that. So I cut that in, put this one away. Oh, it blends like a dream. There you go. So it's like a blackish purple. So then when I took them here, it looks more interesting, right? Yes. And I'll put some sparkles in the black, so that way it's not too like boring. Do that. Let's do some sparkles. And usually how I do sparkle is I use my Stella dupe. Pretty much all it is just water and what is it? Water and a glittery medium. If you wanted to see that process, it's in a previous video. It's called the Stella dupe. So feel free to go there and see how I made mine. To be honest with you, this stuff lasts forever. I think I made this batch like, I don't know, a year ago, and I'm still using it. I mean, look at it. Just so easy. Okay, so there it is. That one's done. Do this so that it is sparkly. You know, me and sparkles. I love sparkles. Sparkle, sparkle for life. And it's water, so you don't have to do anything special to your brush. Okay, sweet. Now, let's assemble. Now we finished coloring. All right. Let me get my balling tools. So, and if you're wondering what these balling tools are, I bought it from Michael's, and they pretty much use this balling tool for, I believe, like clay modeling or something like that, where they can create like figurines and stuff out of clay. So this is what they would use, but I buy it to use it for my card purposes. That's why you're probably seeing these funky ends here. I use it sometimes like this, you know. Okay, so with this, usually I spray a little bit of water on this, but since this is not exactly like super detailed work, I don't really need to do all this. I should do this on the back. So on the back side, you do that. On the front side, you do this. Oh, speaking of which, the back side is okay. There you go. There you go. Again, there's really no rhyme or reason to it. You just play around with the balling tool in circular motions until you get kind of like a texture from the petal itself. And then you go in and then you just mess with it until you like what you see on the flower petals. There you go. So like I would do something, try to go in like in between, maybe in the alternate. There you go, right? And then let's try to do the same here. Boom. Maybe put the dark one and then the light one in the center. And I'm gonna give it a nice sparkly center as well, so don't you worry. I'm gonna close this up a little bit. See what I did there? I just ball it and then put it in between. Ball it up a little more. There you go. And then boom. And then I'll just put a sparkly thing in the middle. It looks too bulbular. I don't like that it's too bulbular, so I'm gonna flip it over and do this to it. And kind of like intentionally mess it up. There you go. Alright, let's see. So we have one. We have another layer. And you have another layer. Like nickel. And then you just put a little rhinestone. Let's do this. Since it's a cool color. Over here. is a good size. Good size. There you go. Let me zoom in for you guys to see how darling this is. Right? Isn't she cute? It almost looks like a viola, right? Cute, cute, cute. There you go. That's one flower. And let's make up the next one. I like these better because they they crinkle a lot better. They crinkle much better than the other guys because they have like a thick side petal. See, like, and then the skinny inside. So then like it crinkles more naturally. At least that's how I feel. You may feel otherwise. Twinkle, twinkle. Oh, she's so cute. Oh, wow. She's beautiful. Man. Okay. There you go in. Pinch the palette a little bit. Make it look more interesting. Pinch it. Okay, realizing this video might be a lot longer than what I expected, I decided to speed up the rest of the video. If you enjoy real-time content and me narrating through the scenarios, let me know down below in the comments field, and I'll make more content in the future with me just speaking through the process while I'm creating the card. Otherwise, I'm just gonna voice over the remaining piece of this video. Again, I'm just repeating what I did previously, and just using the baller and kind of puffing up the cardstock flower and then putting them together. This gives it a 3D effect, and of course that little rhinestone in the middle just to give it that extra And so now it's time for assembling. You know, this is my favorite part. I put them all together, and the reason why I chose like a dark purple and black is because I wanted to kind of stick with the Halloween theme. I wanted to make a pretty Halloween theme card. So, I mean, this could be anything. It could be a birthday card, whatever it is that you want it to be. It doesn't have to be Halloween per se. It's technically not really a Halloween card, but you know, you can make it whatever it is that you want. So then I was playing around that with the idea of different kind of leaves, because 3 flowers just in the middle was a little plain, so I wanted a little pizzazzy around it. So that's the reason why I decided to add this vine here that I have used one of the dies to cut out. And of course I'm blending in various shades of green just to give it more interest. I'm repeating the same with these leaves here. This part is so tedious because, you know, the little stem, they're so thin, they move all over the place. So I have to use my other finger just to anchor it down so it doesn't get folded over. And of course I went in with my ball pen just to give the leaves a little bit more dimension and just a flat card. And after that, I put on some glue just to glue it down. Some of the glue bleeded out, so I use a little piece of paper just to dot up the glue. I also found a cool new purpose for that flat end side of the baller, and I use it to remove any glue residue that's stuck on the metallic surfaces, like the gold one there you see. And I'm repeating the same with the other leaves. And this is the nice thing about viney leaves. If you find certain pieces don't fit, you can always cut it apart and just, use it for other reasons. All right, now that that card is done, let's move on to the next one. And I love my choices for the cutouts for the brown and gold little specks you see there. It's so gorgeous when you put it together and form a flower with it. It brings it so much glitter. You know me, I love glitter and sparkles. But I must say my favorite is definitely those little yellow daisy. I think they're daisies. I don't know what they're called, but they're so on theme because they just remind me of little mums. So cute. That's the reason why I went in with the brown and colored the center darker, because I noticed when I went to the store, sometimes you see the mums, the inside is slightly darker than the outside, and just gives it that very dimensional look. So here I'm repeating the same thing for the brown card. Honestly, I didn't think the brown cardstock needed it because it had already had the gold speckles on the pattern of the card. So this whole gradient thing was definitely not needed. It did add a little something, but I just felt like it wasn't worth my time to do it. But on the daisy one or the mum ones, definitely color the center darker, and then it fades out. It's so pretty. And of course, I'm using my baller tool, guys. There's no right or reason to do this. You just, move it in circular motions until you see it kind of like puff up. And then after that, you can use your finger to manually like kind of squeeze the stem, the petals. So then they have like varying shapes. And then you just do the same with the centerpiece, and then you just put it in, and there you have it. It is so gorgeous. That's the gold speck that I was talking about on the paper. Yeah, so if you're ever gonna do these kind of flower dies, do not be afraid to use pattern paper. Do not be afraid to use sparkle paper. Use any spare paper you have laying around. And that's my other recommendation. I would recommend that you save all your scraps, because you never know when you're going to need to use them and for what purpose. So rather than cutting up a big old piece of paper and, having just paper all over the place, save your scraps and just keep reusing it until you're out of scraps, and then use a new paper. That's why I love these flower projects, because there's no right or wrong way to do it. You just need to have cute papers that you enjoy, and then just cut it up and then put it together, and bam, there you go. You have this gorgeous, gorgeous flower. And when you make a bunch of it, look how cute they are grouped together. I see this sold a lot in the craft store, where they have these packs, sold, but I don't know. I think it's much cheaper and much prettier when you make it yourself. It's much more customizing. So yeah, let me know if you guys also make these as well, because I definitely make mine. I just enjoy making them so much. I think out of all the different card techniques, I love the making these the most. So here I am making that mum, and I absolutely love them. I feel like out of all of the 3 flowers I made in this video, has got to be my favorite. I'm definitely going to go back to this die set and make more colors. So can you imagine like pink and purple, maybe like teal and blue, teal and white? Oh, the combination is just endless and so cute and so easy to do. This is not one of those dies that become very tedious and tiny. It is so
pretty and not tedious at all. And definitely if you try to cut this through a Cricut cutter, forget about it. Those petals will never turn out as cute as these. So you definitely need dye. If you're gonna buy any flower dye, I would highly recommend this, and I will have a link in my description. Like, definitely go out and get this one. So pretty. Definitely bang for your buck. Okay, so I just went in and I just make circular motions again. And then there you go. A perfect golden center for this flower. Look how cute it is. I mean, does that not look posh? Like, so cute. And then I'm repeating the same with the other one, just in case you missed how I did it the first time. Thank goodness for fast forwarding, right? You guys will have to sit there and watch me slowly do this. But you know what? If you guys enjoy a video where you don't care how long it is, you just want to see the process in real time, you know, not fast forwarded. So if you enjoy something like that, just let me know in the comment down below and I'll create more videos like that. Because at the end of the day, you know, it's really great to make these videos to go back in time to watch the content. But I think it's much more satisfying just to see that you guys are using the content, you guys are enjoying the content, and that it's helpful to you. And now this is how I go about creating my background. Like I mentioned before, I create stash of different cuts, various, maybe I made a cut by mistake. I keep it there in that stash. So then when it's time to create backgrounds, I literally just go through the pile and just combine things together. And this is another way that you can reduce waste. One thing I do find using vellum is that it's so see-through. So if you're not careful, you're gonna see through. Like even this case, you see that I use double-sided tape, but you can see it right through. So this is the reason why I put this intricate design right on top of it. So that way you can still see through it to see the nice design in the background, but not all that tape. Again, beautiful, intricate background die that I got from Amazon. So cute. I'm not going to have it linked down below because I don't know if anybody else is interested in this design, but if you do, comment down below and I'll give you the link. But yeah, check out Amazon die background. There's so much. So many. And again, alignment is not my stronghold, so pretty much I go in and I just plop it down, and then I use this cutter here to just size everything up and make it even. Guys, I have tried like 10 different cutter. This is the best paper cutter you will get for your money. Go and get this one and just get rid of everything else. It self sharpens, it cuts like a dream, and it's so stable and sturdy. It's like my favorite cutter. I got rid of all of my other cutter because I just don't use them. Once I bought this one, I just never touched the other ones. Yeah, so if you want to invest in a cutter, just get that one and you won't need anything else. And this is also another must-have, this poking tool here. Can you imagine trying to get every one of these little dots out without that poking tool? Impossible. All right, once you're done with poking out all those little dots tediously, you can go ahead and glue down your die cut. And just to give it more interest, this corresponding one, I use foam tape so that it pops up from the image better because they're both green. So if I were to make it flat, it would just look like it's one image and not two. So there you have it. And then you just put those two beautiful flower on, and that's all it took. Guys, if you want a quick and easy card, this is the one. It's so easy to put together and the card looks fabulous. It looks so custom. And then this is pretty much a background that I repurposed from the paper that I used to cut those flower out of. So that yellow flower right there, all the different cuts from the cardstock. Yeah, I kept that paper and now I'm just repurposing it for another card. It is so cute. So yeah, don't throw your stuff away. Always keep everything, unless it's like literally a tiny sliver left of it and you see no purpose for it, then yeah, you can, recycle it. But other than that, I mean, keep everything. You never know when you can reuse it again. And I reuse it for this card. I am absolutely in love with it. The tone to tone just gives it such contrast. I know it's a weird thing to say, right? Tone to tone contrast, but it does. It looks so good. So comment down below. Let me know what you think of my cards that I've created for this video. I put some thoughts into it in terms of different designs and different coloring for you guys, especially since it's the holiday. So I try to stick to those tones. So if you enjoyed these content, comment down below and let me know what you think of them. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching my video, and for all of my subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing and also liking my video if you've enjoyed my content. Anyways, have a good one. Thank you. Bye.